The contest of general knowledge and quick wits. Asking the questions, Bamber Gascoigne.
Hello again, and another needle match tonight with the students of Keele making their third appearance after 2 victories in University Challenge. Tonight has to be their last appearance because after 3 they have to retire, win or lose. But they could retire undefeated or they could go down to our new challengers from Liverpool. So let's meet the teams, and first of all, Liverpool.
Graham Rutherford, Epping, studying general arts.
Veronica Kerr, Bradford, studying biology.
Laurie Delve, Crosby, near Liverpool, studying metallurgy.
John Wickham, Southend-on-Sea, reading political theory.
And now, Keele.
David Rothwell from Shropshire, reading history and English in my final year.
Susan Austin from Birmingham, reading biology and chemistry in my final year.
Chris Cuthbertson from Liverpool, reading history and politics in my final year.
Tony Hale from London, final year English and politics.
We've got a good partisan audience tonight with plenty of supporters from both universities there. Now to start the game, same rules as usual. Both teams race to answer a starter question, which they do by signalling like this. 10 points if they give the right answer, and a chance for the whole team to try for a bonus question, and that can be worth up to 40 points. On a bonus, if there's dispute in the team, I accept the captain's answer, and the captain for Liverpool is Laurie Delve. The captain for Keele is Chris Cuthbertson. So, actual playing time tonight, 21 minutes. When the clock gets to 8 minutes from 0, we'll have a breather. Now, with a clean scoreboard, let's start the clock. And I've got a bonus of 25 coming up, and here is your first starter for 10. One of the most memorable scenes in a classic Russian film takes place on the steps leading...
Liverpool, Delve.
Battleship Potemkin.
I was giving you a chance to go on further. In fact, I have to penalise you 5 points there, unfortunately, and pass the whole question to Keele. It is a classic Russian film. This scene takes place on the steps leading to a quayside. In what town is the quayside? Any answer from...
Keele, Hale.
Petrograd.
No, it was in Odessa. So that's nothing there to Keele, but a 5-point penalty to Liverpool. I have the same bonus of 25 coming up. Here is your starter for 10. Complete the poetic sentence which commences, "Know then thyself, presume not."
Keele, Rothwell.
Presume not God to scan, the proper study of mankind is man.
Correct, Alexander Pope. 10 points to Keele, and here is your bonus of 25. Which cities are the location for the following 5 Shakespeare plays, 5 points each? Firstly, Midsummer Night's Dream.
Athens.
Athens, 5 points. Secondly, The Taming of the Shrew.
Venice. No.
Yes,
No, which did he come from? Venice or Padua?
Someone must decide.
Padua. Venice.
What's the captain giving me?
Venice.
Bad luck, in fact, it is Padua. Very bad luck. I've come to arrive it wealthily in Padua, and kiss me, Kate. Thirdly, Troilus and Cressida.
Troy.
Troy is correct for 5 points. Fourthly, Comedy of Errors. Any answer?
Somewhere Italian.
Yes,
Rome.
No, in fact, it's Ephesus. And lastly, Much Ado About Nothing.
oh, yes, is that Beatrix and Benedict? Good gracious,
Any answer?
Anyway.
Too long.
no.
Vienna.
No, it's not Vienna, it is Messina. So you've got how many? You've got 2 out of the 5, making 10 points. I have a bonus of 15 coming up, and here is your starter for 10. There's a sucker born every minute, is a remark attributed to a famous showman.
Liverpool, Delve.
J. Barnum.
Barnum is his surname, and I'll accept it. In fact, his Christian name actually was Phineas T. Barnum, but it was Barnum. Barnum and Bailey. That's 10 points, Liverpool, and here is your bonus of 15. 3 answers, 5 points each. Where are the following famous bridges? The Rialto.
Venice.
Venice, 5 points. Secondly, the Ponte Vecchio.
Venice.
No, not Venice, in Florence. And thirdly, the San Angelo. San Angelo. Any answer?
Rome. Rome.
Rome, a very good guess, is correct. It looked like a guess to me anyway. Fine. Right, I have a bonus of 20 coming up, and here is a starter for 10. I'm going to read you a list of words. One of them is an odd man out. Which one? Chinese, Russian, French, Canadian, German.
Keele, Rothwell.
Canadian.
On what basis?
It's not a language.
Correct. They are all languages, but Canadian is not. Very good. 10 points to Keele. And here is your bonus for 20. Embroidered in the 11th century, this tapestry commemorates a famous contemporary event. And for 10 points, what is the name of the tapestry? The Bayeux tapestry. And what contemporary event does it commemorate?
Well, yes, the Norman Conquest.
Well, correct. The Norman conquest of England. They got down to it quite quickly, 1066. Okay, so that's a full 20 points to Keele, and here's your bonus for 40. Sorry, I mean, I have a bonus of 40 coming up, and here's the starter for 10 for the two teams. The House of Lords is allowed to delay or amend bills or motions after they have been passed by the House of Commons. There is, however, one type of bill over which...
Liverpool, Kerr.
Finance.
Correct, any bill to do with money. 10 points. Liverpool, well interrupted. And here is a big bonus for 40. First two parts are worth 10 points each, and the third part is worth 20 points. I want you to listen to this well-known philosophical limerick. There once was a man who said God must think it exceedingly odd if he finds that this tree continues to be when there's no one about in the quad. Now, firstly, for 10 points, who wrote it?
Sartre.
No, he didn't know. It was Ronald Knox. Secondly, what is the philosophical theory which it satirizes?
Existentialism.
No, you're attempting to keep it around south. In fact, not. Idealism or immaterialism, which held that an object only exists insofar as it is perceived. So the tree and an empty quad could be said not to exist. And for the last 20 points, can you quote me the limerick which was written in answer to Ronald Knox's? Because they were composing it. Any answer from the team? Too long, I think. The answer was, I enjoy reading this. Dear sir, your astonishment's odd. I am always about in the quad. And that's why the tree will continue to be, since observed by yours faithfully, God. Right, I have a bonus of 30 coming up, and here is your starter for 10. The House of Windsor is the official designation of the royal family. In what year was this name adopted?
Liverpool, Delve.
1910.
No, Keele, can you take it?
Keele, Cuthbertson.
1914.
No, bad luck, you got the right idea. It was in the First World War, but in fact it was 1917. So I have the same bonus of 30 coming up, and here's your starter for 10. What playwright defined a cynic as a man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing?
Keele, Rothwell.
Was it Congreve?
It wasn't Congreve, Liverpool.
Liverpool, Delve.
Is it Oscar Wilde?
It was Oscar Wilde, correct, in Lady Windermere's Time. Putting you just behind Keele, and with a bonus of 30, you might overtake them. 3 answers, 10 points each. To which constellations do the following stars belong? Adelbaran, which I may have mispronounced, but Adelbaran, A-D-E-L-B-A-R-A-N.
Ursa Major.
Adelbaran.
Cassiopeia.
No, in fact, they belong to Taurus, the bull. Secondly, Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse.
Any ideas?
Scorpio.
No, bad luck, Orion, in fact. And thirdly, Vega.
The Great Bear.
The next one is among you. No, Lyra. The lyre. So I have a bonus of 3 coming up again. There's none for Liverpool, and here is your starter for 10. What officer built a railroad across the Sudanese desert to defeat the Mahdi at Omdurman and avenge...
Liverpool, Kerr.
Lawrence of Arabia.
No, he didn't. That's a 5-point penalty to Liverpool for interrupting. Keele, you get the full question. To defeat the Mahdi at Omdurman and avenge the death of a man named Charles George Gordon.
Keele, Cuthbertson.
Kitchener.
Kitchener is correct. 10 points for Keele. I'd like Liverpool to now show all the signs of knowing it. Right, bonus of 30 for Keele. 3 answers, 10 points each. Name the state in which each of the following is situated. The desert region near Las Vegas, which is the main testing area for nuclear weapons in the USA.
Nevada.
Nevada is correct for 10 points. Secondly, the Everglades, a marshy swamp dotted with islands and inhabited by remnants of the Seminole Indians.
Florida.
Florida is correct for 10 points. And thirdly, the area along the Colorado, known as the Painted Desert on account of its remarkably bright colors.
Arizona.
Arizona is correct. Well done, all 3, 30 points. Now I have a big bonus of 40 coming up. And here is your starter for 10. Name the goddess who is referred to in these lines from a Homeric hymn. The breath of the west wind bore her over the sounding sea, up from the delicate foam to wave...
Keele, Austin.
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite is correct. To wavering cycle. All right. Well interrupted, 10 points. Your bonus for 40. Who said the following in the Bible? 4 answers, 10 points each. I have been a stranger in a strange land.
Well, I think it's Jacob.
Jacob.
No, bad luck, it's Moses. Secondly, how are the mighty fallen in the midst of battle?
That's David.
David, correct. Thirdly, I escaped with the skin of my teeth.
Oh dear.
Escaped with the skin of my teeth.
Samson.
Can I try it though?
Samson?
No, in fact, it was Job, emerging from it all. And lastly, stay me with flagons, comfort me with apples, for I am sick of love.
Oh, this is the bride in the Song of Solomon.
I think it's Solomon himself, in fact, in the Song of Solomon.
Well, the words are given to the bride.
The words are given to the... I will take you up on that later, but I'm pretty sure it is Solomon himself.
But Solomon doesn't narrate at all in the Song of Solomon.
Well, we'll take that. If there's 10 points between we will have a battle on that. But anyway, of course, as it was written by Solomon, or sung, we can say it was by him. But I have a bonus now of 40 coming up to listen to, and here is your starter for 10. Oliver Goldsmith wrote the line, "When lovely woman stoops to folly," and Spencer wrote the refrain, "Sweet Thames, run softly till I end my song." Name the poet who included both lines.
Keele, Rothwell.
Robert Gitting.
No, I'm afraid he didn't. That's a 5-point penalty to Keele. The full question to Liverpool. Name the poet who included both lines in the same poem. The lovely woman stoops to folly, and Sweet Thames run softly till I end my song.
Liverpool, Kerr.
No, Eliot's Wasteland.
Oh.
So I have the same bonus for 40 coming up, and here is your starter for 10. Which king of Babylon was forced to dwell with the beasts of the field?
Keele, Rothwell.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar, correct. 10 points to Keele, and here is your bonus for 40. I'm going to play you a passage from Gordon Jacobs' Variations on a Theme of Annie Laurie. It's arranged for a highly unusual ensemble of 12 instruments. For 10 points apiece, I want you to identify any four of the instruments. Okay, let's hear it.
Well, I mean, we've got lots of guesses. It's definitely a tune.
Right, out of that amazing noise, NA4.
Oh, only four?
Yes.
How many guesses do we have?
I'm going to cross off every guess you have wrong. There will be one less that you can get.
Heckelphone.
A heckelphone, I'm afraid there isn't, no.
Oh. A tuba.
There is a tuba, yes, one. That's 10 points.
A saxophone.
No, there's no saxophone, in fact.
Piccolo.
A piccolo is correct for another 10 points, and that, in fact, gives you your four guesses. So you get 20 out of the 40. And the other you could have got are another piccolo, a harmonium, a hurdy-gurdy, 2 bassoons, 2 double bassoons, a serpent, a bass serpent, and a monster 7-foot bass tuba. You get 20 out of your 20 out of the 40, and I have another bonus of 40 coming up. Here's your starter for 10. What is the Bessemer process?
Liverpool, Delve.
Process for converting iron to steel.
Correct, by a blast of air which burns out carbon and other impurities. 10 points to Liverpool. Here's your bonus for 40. I will name the capitals for 10 points apiece. You name the countries. Beirut.
Lebanon.
Lebanon, 10 points. Secondly, Tirana.
Albania.
Albania, 10 points. Thirdly, Caracas.
Venezuela.
Venezuela, correct, 10 points. And lastly, Kathmandu.
Oh. Nepal.
Nepal is correct. You're full 40 there. The buzzer means we in fact have only 8 minutes to play and we have a breather there, but it brings the score to Keele 135, Liverpool 80. So at that point we'll leave you and be back with you in a moment. Hello again, Keele v Liverpool, and with the score at Keele 135, Liverpool 80. We'll play again, so let's start the clock. And I have a bonus of 20 coming up, and here is your starter for 10. The daughter of the Outer Farn lighthouse helped her father...
Keele, Hale.
Grace Darling.
Correct, she was Grace Darling. She helped her father to rescue several passengers off a wreck in stormy seas in 1838. 10 points to Keele, and here is your bonus for 20. Who wrote... 10 points each, the following lines. Firstly, men seldom make passes at girls who wear glasses.
Yeah.
Dorothy Parker.
Dorothy Parker is correct for 10 points. And similar sentiment, different way of expressing it. A girl who is bespectacled, she may not get her neck tickled.
Well, that must be Nash.
Ogden Nash.
Ogden Nash is correct. As you say, it must be. Full 20 points there to Keele, and I have a bonus of 40, a big one coming up. Here's your starter for 10. The beauty of Israel is slain upon thy high places. How are the mighty fallen? Who spoke these lines?
Keele, Rothwell.
David.
David, yes, in fact, accidentally you scored that one twice. Well done. 10 points there for Keele, and here is a bonus of 42. 4 parts, 10 points each. Identify the following 4 men famous for their agitations for social reform. Firstly, the philanthropist who carried a bill in Parliament in 1807 forbidding British subjects to take part in the slave trade.
Wilberforce.
Wilberforce is correct for 10 points. Secondly, the health reformer who was influenced by Jeremy Bentham and whose work resulted in the Public Health Act of 1875.
Chadwick.
Chadwick, Edwin Chadwick is correct for another 10 points. Thirdly, the economist whose famous report in 1942 proposed social legislation coverage from the cradle to the grave.
Beveridge.
Sir William Beveridge, correct, 10 points. And lastly, the philanthropist who identified himself with the 10 Hours Bill and was a great opponent of child labour.
Lord Shaftesbury.
Lord Shaftesbury, correct, in the 19th century. Okay, a bonus of 20 coming up, and here's your start for 10. How many cultivated acres per head are there in the United Kingdom to the nearest whole number? Cultivated acres per head.
Liverpool, Delve.
5.
No, 5, isn't it? Keele, can you take it?
Keele, Hale.
7.
No, it isn't 7 either. In fact, the exact thing is .038. The nearest whole number, though a very long way from it, would be 1. And the same bonus of 20, and here is your starter for 10. Gainsborough painted the blue boy. Who painted the little red boy? The little red boy.
Keele, Hale.
Hogarth.
No. Liverpool, can you take it?
Liverpool, Delve.
Holbein.
No, in fact, it is Goya. So the same bonus of 20. Here's your starter for 10. What unit of measurement is normally used by meteorologists in recording atmospheric pressure?
Keele, Hale.
Millibar.
Millibars, correct. 10 points to Keele, therefore, here's your bonus for 20. Question on German legends. Name the rock on the Rhine which is said to be haunted by a beautiful siren who lured boatmen to their death by her singing.
The Lorelei.
The Lorelei, correct, for 10 points. And secondly, name the summit of the Harz Mountains, which is the scene of the witches' revels on Walpurgisnacht. Walpurgisnacht. Oh, that's too long. In fact, I think it is the Brocken. Right, a big bonus of 40, and here's your starter for 10. Between the 11th and 13th centuries, there was a sect of Mohammedans who carried out organized murder. What was the name of their sect, usually believed to come from their liking for hashish?
Liverpool, Rutherford.
Abbasid Mohammedans.
No. Keele, can you take it? No answer. In fact, they were the assassins, thought by some anyway to be a corruption of hashish users. Right, same bonus of 40, and here is your starter for 10. Phthisis means any type of wasting disease, but is most commonly applied to tuberculosis. How many consonants are there in phthisis?
Keele, Hale.
3.
No.
Liverpool, Delve.
6.
6 is correct. Obviously, a very good start. It is spelled P-H-T-H-I-S-I-S. 10 good points, Liverpool. Here's your bonus for 40. With which schools or groups of painters are the following chiefly associated? 4 answers, 10 points each. Firstly, Rossetti, Holman Hunt, and Millet.
Impressionist school.
No, they were pre-Raphaelites. Secondly, Monet, Sisley, and Pissarro. Monet.
Impressionist.
Impressionist.
They were the Impressionists, correct, 10 points. Thirdly, Matisse, Vlaminck, and Marquet. Matisse, Vlaminck, and Marquet.
Abstract.
Oh dear. Abstract or modernist.
Abstract or
No,
modernist.
in fact, they were known as les fauves, the fauves, for their very brash colours. And lastly, Ernst, Miro, and Dali.
Oh, modernists.
Well, modernist isn't their proper name. Can you be more precise?
What's the name? Not surrealist.
Salvador Dali.
Surrealists.
Yes, the surrealists, correct. 10 points there. I have a bonus to listen to now of 30 points, and here is your starter for 10. The death of a seamstress in London of starvation in 1860 so moved a famous Oxford art critic and historian that he devoted many of his remaining years to social reform.
Keele, Rothwell.
Thomas Hood.
No, I'm afraid I must give 5-point penalty to Keele there. Full question to Liverpool. Who was he? Any answer? No answer. In fact, it was John Ruskin. So the same bonus, which will be something to listen to for 30 points. What famous actor wrote the song Hearts of Oak? Come cheer up, my lads, 'tis to glory we steer.
Keele, Hale.
Garrick.
Correct, it was Garrick. Absolutely pulled out of the bag, and I have a bonus for you to listen to. It has been said that a good death is the lifeblood of opera. I am going to play you 3 operatic death scenes. In each case, I want you to tell me how the singers are meeting their deaths. Right, the first one.
Strangulation, it sounds.
No, that's not right.
No, it's
No,
Flamboyant.
No, in fact, it is Aida, and they are being sealed into the stone-cold tomb of the Temple of Vulcan forever. Right, the second one. He's not dying yet, anyway.
Is
Right.
it Violetta in La Traviata dying of consumption?
No, it is in fact Verdi, but it's Il Trovatore, and it was Leonora, and that grand opera is what one sounds like if one's dying of poison. So, the third one. No, I'm afraid she's not. It's Tosca, and she jumps, in fact, from the battlements.
Way out.
So I have a bonus of 20 very quickly. Here is the start of a 10. Who was the dwarf who helped the miller's daughter to spin straw into gold?
Keele, Rothwell.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin is correct for 10. Here quickly is your bonus for 20. Voltaire wrote, also... In fact, not having finished asking it, I can't let you answer it. That brings us to the end of playing time, and Keele to 250, Liverpool 110. So Keele are this week's winners. So that means they've done it again, in fact. They've won the 3rd week running, and they come up against the rule which means that they have to retire gloriously undefeated after the end of their 3rd week, only our 2nd team to do so. So congratulations to them and to Liverpool for a good game, and now until the same time next week, when in fact we have 2 new teams from King's College, Cambridge and Leicester. It's good night from Liverpool.
Good night.
Good night.
And from Keele.
Good night.
And until the same time next week, from me too, good night.
Next week, Leicester versus King's College, Cambridge.